Why, hello everyone out there today. This is Erica Swenson Elliott, and it's Sunday, April 18th, 2021. So I survived my 32nd April 15th tax season, but of course it's not over because the IRS has now extended us till May 17th for individual tax returns. But today we're going to talk about connectivity and how everything's connected. I'm wearing my hat because I just came back from the car show in downtown, the Supercar Show, I think is the official name, in downtown West Palm Beach. It was an amazingly hot day. And I'm going to tell you who I ran into, some of the people today. And this is how like everything is connected in your life. It can be fun, it can be play, it can be work, it can be networking. But when you're true to yourself and you get comfortable with just being who you are, good things come to you. And when you put into the universe ahead of time, say it in your prayers, say it in your meditations, who are you looking for? I've been trying to find a few connections with some professional photographers to do the next books that we're going to be working on for future clients. This is the house we've talked about in other videos that we've been promoting. It's now down to 3.75 list retail price and 10 acres, the best value in America today. That house is in Pittsburgh. So who did I run into today at the car show? The first person I talked to was a photographer who takes photos of car collections, houses. And he's from Pittsburgh. Crazy, right? So here he is. We've now made a connection. So he is going to be able to help us in the next future books that we do. Does some beautiful work. So this is going to be a lot of like connectivity stuff. So I'm going to just kind of jump around a little bit instead of being so segmented. So one thing I worked on yesterday on my website, and I don't know if I'll leave these all up here, but I had only had an Instagram link up to here, but I had a little bit of time. I was just kind of relaxed. So I started to figure out, of course, it took me 3 hours to connect all of these, but I connected up my online university. So you can click on Endeavor right from there. Oh, and look, it's actually going to work. So I was working pretty heavily on these videos I'm doing. I'm going to break down into these different digital warrior courses. So when I'm talking about different technology applications, how I apply it, you can use my life as a template in your life. We use mudras to stay calm and carry on and stay healthy. So you could do those courses. These will be more specific. These are QuickBooks Online. This is the self-employed version of QuickBooks. If you want to follow through, that's an older course that we've had out there for a while that's pretty popular. Then I have a preview. You can click on and get a free preview lesson. So I figured out how to do that link, and that will take you to the first lesson inside of this Digital Warrior course. So if you like this format, learning a little bit of everything, you would permanently have rights to that. You could download the videos and keep it in the lessons as well. So if we come back, and I'm keeping my hat on because my hair is totally sweaty, but it's kind of fun to wear a hat, a big cowboy hat inside. I hooked up because, and I found this kind of hilarious, but Wix wouldn't let me hook up Gab. So I could hook up the link, but I had to go find my, this is my Travel the World group that I started. See how many people are in there today. So you can come join us over there. But I could do the link, but I had to like go get a little fake image. So we have 2,000 members in there now, and it's fun. You can see people are posting all kinds of, David Stanley posts a lot. He, I think, is the one that travels the world doing fixing boats. So he's in different ports. He has a lot of cruise pictures. He's in Chile, which is really cool. So I like that a lot of these things you could get to from other places, but now it makes it simpler. So if you're building your own web digital platform presence or expanding it, it doesn't have to be right up here under your name. It could be down at the bottom. Maybe I'll move it down later. The other thing I played with is, see this little one right here, that shop, the shop, that's a link to the same place. My Shopify store is as if you clicked over here. But sometimes people like just to click on the little buttons there. And then this is the Vimeo, these videos that we're making right now. You could click through and find on Vimeo. So I like this, this is very symbolic to me about how we can connect all these dots in our life instead of it being just everywhere. It's creating, I think, a little bit more cohesion in your own platform. It takes time, so you have to be patient. Don't get down on yourself. All right, so we're going to close those down. I want to show you if we click through here from Vimeo, you would get to where I'm using this as a tech tool. And this method was referred to me by Navarro at Max Love Solutions, who's my technology marketing guy. And so I'm basically storing them, bringing them up onto here into Vimeo. I'm recording them on Zoom. So I'm using a number of tools. I have to hook up again, it got broken somehow, but the Zoom, you can record on Zoom and have it connected on YouTube directly and have it going live on YouTube, but you still have the video on Zoom. So in case they somehow delete your channel by accident, or that happens, then you still have a copy. So I record Zoom hard drive. You can also record it on the cloud. It's another option. And then I upload it into Vimeo. And then I'm using that to hook into my teaching platform, my digital course content, which we were just in Thinkific. So this is kind of using as the place that sends it out. So I wanted to show you, I think it's here. This is where you would upload. There's a spot where you end up, if I wanted to send it out, I think it's here. You can, I'm not finding the right place right now, but you basically send it out to the social media. So you can hook it up to LinkedIn. Shopify only lets you do like little 6-second ones. So it's not, you can't send out a 20-minute video. You could send it to YouTube, and then I think there's one other, Twitter, I think. So you could at least have like 4 or 5 that are automated by Vimeo. So think about Vimeo as a distribution store, like an old school Blockbuster, old school, West Coast Video. If you're as old as me, you would walk in and get, that would be the distributor place. So that's kind of how Vimeo is acting. And then that way you don't have to manually upload. I think it gives you more control as well versus just recording, live streaming on YouTube. And it gives them way too much power, in my opinion, based on people that have been taken down by them that I know personally. Okay, so we talked about that. Okay, this is someone else that I met today at, and I'm going to promote them a little bit. This is Tommy, Art My Ride. So if any of you are familiar with the TV show Pimp My Ride, I think it's a cool play on words there. And I want to demonstrate, this is a very hot, you guys might be seeing like buying things on glass, on acrylic. So not only does he do cars, he does family photos, he does babies, any kind of photograph you take. He has this awesome technology printer that has a higher quality, and he can backlight it from behind. So I bought on metal. He can basically print on wood, metal, plastic, acrylic, glass, super technical. You can do it right from your phone up to a certain size. If you want to go super large, like a 7-foot one, like you'd have to end up having not an iPhone photo, but something a little higher quality. So this is a lead I need for my clients and also for my artists that I interact with. So, and I think he's a great example for those of you that have an artistic hobby and how to make it a business. So you can do it too. Tommy can do it, I can do it, you can do it. So here's another example of like where, as we say at Via Art Projects, art is the needle that pulls the thread through. So when you're doing something creative, it's very empowering and invigorating to yourself and to those around you. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to use him as an example. My inbox and email is insane. And as you can, I'm sure yours is too. So I've always been like, I don't want to sign up for a newsletter, but then you lose track of people, right? So I'm going to demonstrate another RSS feed. We've talked about the Wix one in previous ones. This one is called Inoreader. And I'm going to show you my insane, I basically treat this as a database right now. I'm basically just aggregating information. I haven't organized it so much, but once I do, you can see I have 5,000 articles up here. So I have a lot of people's YouTube channels coming in here. I have certain people that I've been following, so that way they can just come in here and I don't lose track of them. As a writer, I'd like to have a lot of my food for thought. My next book, the March novel, is going to have a lot about old giants from antiquity in here. So I like to save that kind of stuff. And here's an author that I follow, we'll talk about in a future episode. So one of the things you can do in Inoreader, which is more sophisticated, so think about Inoreader being a database, you're bringing all this information in, and then you can create your own custom RSS feeds that go back out and are promoting what you're doing. So with Inoreader, if you add click on the little button, the little plus sign next to subscriptions, hit that, hit add newsletter, and then you type in, and I just did this one, I just did Pimp My Ride for that guy. So I've already created this one, so I'm gonna just create another one so you can, maybe it'll let me do it twice. And see how it creates that right there? And it now has an incoming email. So now I've subscribed. Once I take this email address and I save it, okay, see that right there? We'll do it again. Then I do copy and paste. I got a new external mouse, so because my one on the computer is a little loud, I think, on these recordings. And then I come back over. So I've copied my fake email address see now I'm creating a second one. And then I can put my name in. And then I would hit send and then I would have that, but I've already done it once. I won't do it twice. So that way it's coming into, now why would you do this? It's now not in your inbox. It's no longer in your real inbox. It's inside of your feed where you're collecting all of your interest, all of your subscriptions. So the Inoreader, it competes with Feedly as well. And then that's another level of sophistication beyond what we looked at with the Wix one, because it can do a lot more stuff. It's like its own machine over here versus like a plug-in app to just on the Wix website, which was cool. I do that Elegant Turf newsfeed on the Wix one. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do a little shout out. How did I learn how to do this with Inoreader? It's this birch tree. I follow this guy's blog or Lainey's blog, I'm not sure. But this one is how I just Googled it, got to the birch tree blog, and he's somewhere in my Inoreader feed now as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back, look at my little iCloud photos from today. And I kind of hate the iCloud photos, but it's good for this kind of thing. One of the things I interacted with is I entered this drawing, which you might be familiar with, the Lost Corvette story. And I just put $20 in or $5 in. You can go, I think, as low as $3. You can do this on the web. And the reason why I'm saying this is there's this huge story about they went and found, it's been going on since 1989, which is the year I started working. So it's been full-time out of college, it's 32 years ago. They started finding these old Corvettes and you can follow the true story. And if you were here's the story right here on their YouTube channel, The Lost Corvettes. So here's a beautiful picture. Some of the blue one was there today. After they run the sweepstake for a while, then when they when they do the drawing from the sweepstake, there's a money going to support the veterans. The Lost Corvettes for the vets is the goal of each drawing. So it's a beautiful story. It's not too late. The next drawing is May 3rd. So these are the ones they're giving away. 60, 61, 68. I think if you clicked on each one, I think it takes you to the actual car. Yeah, so isn't that cool? I think some of these actually might be Andy Warhol's, because he had like a whole ton of them he was going to paint on and he kept buying them. I bet some of these are his. So I thought that was a really cool story to promote and, you know, get a way for us to give back to others, as well as because the veterans are the ones that took care of us when we needed it the most. So we need to take care of them as well. So I think that's everything I wanted to really cover in today's episode, about how, you know, we go out, you're just going to enjoy taking a walk, you know, on a Sunday, looking at the cars. And when you start talking to people, you end up having a deeper level of experience where we realize we are all connected. It's important for us to interact with each other because we all make the world a better place when we are sharing our expertise with each other. So that is it for today. No mooches today. Bye.